beloved viewers, welcome to this English news edition. Here are the major stories. The head of state attend Territory Ordinary Summit of the League of Arab States. Celebration of the World Telecommunication and Information Society Day. And on the international scenes, the day of conflict, the death toll rising in Gaza. Those were the headlines. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, participated in the work of the Territory session of the Arab League Council at the summit level, which was launched its activities and will be held in Manama on Wednesday and Thursday. The President and the Palestinians issues, the Arab-Israeli conflict and its development are the top of the agenda of this summit, the work of the summit, where their Highness and Excellencies are expected to discuss. Leaders of countries and head of the Arab delegation participating in the summit discussed several topics on political development in Palestinian issues and activating an initiative on the Arab peace. The ongoing aggressions against the Gaza Strip since the 7th month last October, the Arab Summit also addressed a number of topics about the situation in Arabic countries, including solidarity with the development in the society and in the situation in Syria and support peace and development in Sudan, in addition to development in the situation in Libya and Yemen, and support for Somalia, in addition to the issues of international peace and security related to the security of the state of Arab countries, the water security, and as well as various issues related to the Arab actions common in the political, economic, social, cultural, and security files. In the first part of his speech, the head of state, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, expressed his sincere thanks and great appreciation to the Majesty King Hamad bin Isa, as well as his government and his brother people, for the warm welcome and generous hospitality, as well as for the distinguished preparation of this event. The head of state said that this summit is I would also like to express, said the head of state, my most sincere thanks to my brotherly and servant of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz, and to the faithful Crown Prince, His Highness Royal Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and for the effort made by the brotherly kingdom of Saudi Arabia. His hard work during his presidency of the session previous summit is appreciated, and thanks are addressed to the Secretary General of the Arab League and to the executive of the League for their efforts aimed at strengthening joint Arab action. Our summit is being held as a precise moment when the Arab region is going through a difficult circumstance, exceptionally difficult and unprecedented challenge on more than one level, including the most important is the continuation of Israeli brutal aggressions against Gaza Strip, which is revealed before eyes of the whole of the world the most heinous crimes against humanity known in the history of modern humanity. In this regard, we reaffirm the gravity of the responsibility we bear in the face of this tragedy which affected humanity. Therefore, we insist on adopting a firm Arab positions regarding the words of exterminations carried out by the Zionist entry against our people and brother Palestinian people in Gaza. At the same time, we renewed our demand for an immediate ceasefire and lasting to provide the necessary protection to the defenseless civilians, to put an end to forced displacement and to guarantee safe and sustainable action to humanitarian aid. We also emphasize the need to relaunched the peace process on the basis of a solution to the two states in accordance with the relevant international resolution, and to the aspect of Palestine as a full members of the UN, so that the brotherly Palestinian people can obtain their legitimate rights and establish their independent states with the East Jerusalem as its capital. In the second part of his speech, the head of state, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, emphasized that the Republic of Djibouti has made a great effort within the framework of his rotating presidency of the IGAD to contribute to the resolution of the Sudanese crisis. We reaffirm Djibouti's welcome and total support for all real initiatives that will help the Sudanese brothers overcome the ordeals and find a comprehensive political solution to the crisis. Dear participant, in light of the deepening international division, said the head of state, and the result in a struggle to impose wills and establish double standards in the application of the international law, we have no choice but to rely on our own capabilities to integrate between us and unify our forces. This will, of course, only be possible by developing and promoting our Arabs' work common and according to a new approach which goes beyond traditional approach and place concern at the Arab citizens at the head of these priorities. I cannot fail to take advantage of this opportunity to send the most beautiful expressions of thanks, appreciation, and gratitude to their Majesties, Excellencies, and Highness for their support for the appointment of His Excellency Mr. Mohammed Ali for this environment. First and international for the Republic and the chairman for this Union, African Union. And in conclusion, I renew my sincere thanks to my brotherly country's Majesty King Hamad bin Al Khalifa, as well as the government of the brotherly Kingdom of Bahrain and its dear people for the hosting of this summit and for the good preparation necessary for its realization. On the sidelines of his participation in the work of the 33 summits of the Arab League, the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, had a series of bilateral meetings with his respective counterpart, Mr. Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, as well as the President of Libya, Mr. Mohamed Al-Menfi, head of state, discussed economic security cooperation, bilateral cultural relation between the Republic of Djibouti and Egypt and Libya, as well as common challenges such as maritime security. They reaffirmed their desire to promote peace, security, and regionals, but also increase cooperation within the Arab League, adhere to further discussion between the head of state and his counterparts from Egypt and Libya. the urgency of finding a solution to find an emergency plan to deal with the economic repercussions and social aspect of the Zionist aggressions against Palestine. Djibouti celebrates the World Telecommunication and Information Society Day. Like the rest of the world, the Republic of Djibouti celebrates the 6th on Thursday, at the People's Palace on World Telecommunication Day, and also the Information Day under the slogans of a digital innovation in order to achieve a sustainable development under the patronage of the Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, but also the Minister of Telecommunication, in which is one of the most important aspect of the areas and plays a crucial role of transmitting information, and it is the bridge of process over through which societies gain access to knowledge, science, and development that occurs in our contemporary worlds at an accelerated pace. It is a group of technologies that help. The ICT is a group of technologies that help in the exchange of information and communication between individuals and institutions. These technologies are essential in our daily lives and business as they are used in variety of industries and sectors. These technologies has evolved significantly over the decades, impacting the world's the way we interfere and interact with information and communicate or with each other, but the challenges remain. The main things is how to face future challenges and benefit from these technologies. The positive impact and improve people's life and development of communities. The Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed was received upon his arrival at the People's Palace by the Minister of Information in charge of Post and Telecommunication, Mr. Rudwan Abdullahi Badon, and many officials of Djiboutian telecommunication companies, a number of government and parliamentarians, but also representatives participated in this occasion. Uh, the United Nations organization operating in the countries and officials from Djibouti Telecom, in addition to representatives of the stakeholders in the field of communication and civilians figures, high-level military attend this ceremony. During this occasion, folk dances were presented by the band Artistic. It is noteworthy that the celebration of the World Communication and Information Technologies Day is held annually since 1969 on May 17 of every year, which corresponded to establishing the International Telecommunication Union and signing the first international agreements.
horumarka waqtiga warbaahinteenu gaadha maanta loo waqalaya maanta loo waqalaya
tarder, mesdames et messieurs, et avant de clore la série d'animations, je vous propose de suivre un sketch. Ce sketch est bien sûr intitulé « Être connecté, chanter ou clavarder ». Un sketch, bien sûr, préparé par la troupe Skoufilan, écrite et mise en scène par Hanaoui.
Tu viens demain?
Mère, Ina,
Non.
maman, il va me manquer. Tu vas me manquer, maman. Ça va? Papa? Alhamdulillah.
Vous avez fait des progrès. La connexion Internet à Djibouti est stable et bonne. Masha'Allah.
Heureusement, avec le défi Djibouti connecté, le ministère de la Communication œuvre pour une meilleure connectivité avec un accès très haut débit.
À présent, je vous invite à suivre une projection, un reportage intitulé « Djibouti au carrefour de la révolution numérique ».
In his speech, the Director General of the Infrastructure of Department Company expressed his happiness with the progress, the remarkable achievement that our country has achieved in terms of communication. He said, "It is a honor and pleasure for me to celebrate the World Telecommunication Day with you. The theme chosen this year is digital innovation in the service of development sustainable. This innovation and digital innovation plays a key role in ensuring sustainable economic growth and comprehensive innovation makes it possible to design a new innovative solution based on technologies needed to support sustainable development." In his speech, the Minister of Information in charge of Post and Telecommunication, Mr. Rodwan Abdullahi Badoun, said and expressed the participants who were honored by their presence on the occasion to celebrate the Day of Global Telecommunication and Information Society Day. He said that it is a honor for me to celebrate this occasion and explain that the thanks and remarkable progress of our country is witnessing in the field of information and communication technologies in the case of the internet and telephones, mobile phone, with the degrees for the year 2024, the minister confirmed. For his part, the Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed pointed out that our country a lot is invested in this key sector of telecommunications, and the ecosystem is attested by the ICT in Djibouti has made significant progress in recent years. The Prime Minister also highlighted for this and thanks all the remarkable progress made for these issues, innovative which design a new innovative solution based on the technologies to support the sustainable development. Today, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Dilaita Mohammed Dilaita, received a Somali parliamentary delegation high-ranking in his office at the Parliament headquarters in Djibouti. The President Mohamed Dileita welcomed the Somali parliamentary delegation with a standing ovation as he translated his visit to strengthen relation between Djibouti and Somalia. After that, the Somali delegation had the opportunity to visit the port of Djibouti to discover the strategic importance of this port in international trade and its crucial roles in the region as a maritime transportation center. The Somali parliamentary delegation visit the port of Djibouti and the railway aligned with the railway line the user for loading and unloading trains also visit the free trade zone international in Djibouti. After that, the Somali delegation held a meeting at Djibouti International Tower located in Point Kilo 23 and received details information on the port infrastructure in addition to the current future project, especially air sea freight. It is the transport that combines both sea transport and the air transport to deliver goods to their final destination quickly and efficiently. The community port system, Djibouti, and also facilitate the port and the operation specialized in for the processing the liquid cargo and the areas of the sea and the future walls in Djibouti, which is a development project. The Minister of Energy holds a high-level bilateral meeting and holds fruitful talks with the Dutch and American figures on the sidelines of his participation in the Global Hydrogen Summit exhibition and forum. African Hydrogen Company met with the Minister of Energy in charge of natural resources, Mr. Younis Ali Kidi, yesterday. With the Dutch personalities and permanent American. The Minister Younis Ali Gedi met with the Minister of Foreign Trade and Development Cooperation in Netherlands, a host of the Hydrogen Summit and Forum. The two sides discussed ways and means to enhance multi-phase cooperation between the Republic of Djibouti and Netherlands. The two parties also discussed the existing areas of cooperation between the two brotherly countries, especially in the energy sector, but also the renewable energies and production, green hydrogens, and the hydrocarbon sectors. After that, the Minister Younis Ali Gedi met with Deputy Assistant Minister of Foreign Affairs of American Energy. The discussion between the two parties were focused on how to strengthen bilateral relations between Djibouti and especially in the field of energy. Organized by Djibouti Industrials and Commercial Priority Office in cooperation with the World Organization for Intellectual Industrial Property, a national workshop for strategy ownership participating planning the industrial in an international hotels. The main objective of the workshop is to identify strategic assets and develop an action plan for the intellectual protection policies. This workshop aims to promote the exchange of good practices and joint initiative, but also exchange experience to enhance and also enabling the environment for the innovations and effective protection and good priority. These assets generate economic and social benefit, improving the people around the world. In an intervention by the Director General of Djibouti Office for Industrial and Commercial Property, Mr. In his speech during this workshop, Mr. Ahmed Mohamed explained the need to raise an awareness among the actors of economists, recognize the advantage of industrial property tools and service provided by the organization specialized in this file. He said we will continue for this project in order to underline the service. And now the Minister of Trade and Tourism, Mr. Mohamed Warsama Diriye, again said in his speech that the workshop aim to educate economic operators about the advantage of ownership instruments, but also the service provided by specialized organization to maximize potential issues their work at the national and international level. The National Agency for Persons with Special Need organized a ceremony this morning to draw up and allocate 150 jobs for young people with special need. This initiative welcome young people with special need into ministries was welcome in the different department of the ministries. The initiative came in the wake of the action taken by the President of the state during the week of the National Day for the people with special need and the International Day of Disabled People are under its auspice for the promoting and inclusion of people with special need in obtaining the opportunities of a job. The job creation program for people with special need has been integrated into the state's general budget for the year 2024 by creating 150 jobs for people with special need in order to promote and facilitate the integration of a person with disability into labor markets, in particular, and in various ministries. The National Disability Agency will continue its effort to promote and protect people's rights, especially the people with special need. In an intervention by the Director General for the National Agency for People with Special Need, Mr. Douali Said, thanked the ministers for their welcome and participation in the allocating the 150 jobs for people with special need. He also highlighted his ongoing commitment to employing people with special need and emphasize the importance of social rules of various ministries. This initiative falls within the framework of the promoting and participation of inclusion, but also the equal opportunity for the people with special need, he said. In an intervention by the Secretary of State in charge of investment and private sector development, Ms. Safia Mohammed, noted at the beginning of her speech the necessity of integrating a segment of people with a special need in the file of employment and take this opportunity to pointing out the young people with disability into the different ministries was welcome. In turn, the Minister of Youth and Culture, Dr. Hibo Mumin Asowi, gave a speech and she said it includes thanks and gratitude to the Director General of the National Agency for People with Special Need for his tireless effort to improve the condition of this segment of people with special need. For his part, the Minister of Commerce, Trade and Tourism, Mr. Mohamed Warsama Diriye, paid tribute to the Director General in his speech. he highlighted and appreciated the effort of the national agency to promote and facilitate the integration of a person with a special need in labor market, especially in the areas of various ministries. It was held this Thursday morning, the 60th May, at the People's Palace, an important dialogue between the public and private sector in the file of advancing economic development for the countries. This meeting was chaired by the Secretary of State in charge of investment and private sector development, Ms. Safia Mohammed Gadile, along with the second Vice President of Chamber of Commerce, the State Secretary responsible for investment and private sector development has begun cooperation and with the International Finance Cooperation Dialogue between the public and private sector in order to enhance dialogue and construction between the public and private sector for the also known as the leasing and workshop begin with the introductory speech filed with the vision and determination delivered by the head of Chamber of Commerce and the Secretary of State for the work, and he confirmed that the foundation of the fruitful cooperation and stress the importance of strengthening the sector of financial through strategy partnership. This was followed by detailed presentation of the market studies and the consultation of highlighting the opportunities and challenges inherent. This financial practice explore the private and enhancement of the crucial rules that the public and private sector in developing and financial sector. The event include diverse associations and Djiboutian financial sector, the commercial bank and public and sectors, representative and businessmen from private sector and professional association. In her speech, the Secretary of State in charge of investment, Ms. Safia, said that the presence of the financing institution and international is on our side, which will support the Chamber of Commerce and present the detail highlighting the private sector is mobilizing its energy to the dialogue together and implement reforms. It is necessary to initiate reforms in order to encourage the diffusion of a project, and it is in this regard it is part of the report explained shows that the potential is huge. We are very pleased to the International Finance Corporation and the World Bank groups on our side, which perform the expertise and experience. So this is very important and reassuring because of the investment, she said. A workshop on ways to enhance management and confrontations was concluded today at the People's Palace. Financial risk within public institution organized by the Public Accounting Department, the Ministry of Budget, in close cooperation with the International Finance Institution. This training workshop extended for 5 days. The main goals of the state was to strengthen financial risk management within the institution. Among the participants in this workshop were the senior editors from the accounting department, public and accounting staff for concern with the topics covered. These professionals were carefully selected to participate due to their direct rules in management, finance, and accounting for public companies involved in the case of studies. At the heart of the workshop, a new financial risk analysis development was presented, and the main objective was to serve as the basis for practical workshop for the based on real financial data from a number of public institutions. The goal was to enable them and spot potential risk and design strategies proactive to prevent or manage how to manage them, thus improving their ability to predict a financial crisis before it appears. The practical aspect of this workshop was particularly appreciated. Auditors did not learn not only accountant but also how to use the new analysis effectively, but it was made available to them the opportunities in order to gain knowledge and experience with the enriched enrollment for the contribution of the national workshop and within the framework of child protection for these issues. Within the framework of the child protection activities, the Ministry of Women and Families organized the financial support from UNICEF through the Families Department activities. The resident of Ali Sabih, in cooperation with the National Union of Djibouti Women, the Ministry of Justice and Police Agency, activated these sessions for the in Ali Sabih region. And now moving on to the international scene. On 22 day, the Israeli aggression on Gaza, 60 were martyred Palestinians and 80 were injured in 5 massacres committed by the occupation in Gaza Strip. During the past 24 hours, the number of martyrs reached 35,000. The wounded reached 79,000 on the ground. The inclusion of Gaza Strip witnessed violent clashes between the residents and the resistance and the occupation forces. Inflict by those forces many losses in spirit and mechanism. This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful evening.